From Twitter beefs to funky handbags, it's been a crazy few days in the world of celebrities.
Here to break down all of the shenanigans are comedian Damien and comedian Leah Bonnema. Welcome to the show. Hey, gang. All right, let's get into it.
We have to start off with Amanda Bynes. She's in rehab. She could be there for more than a year. Can her career make a comeback after this? Not rehab, technically, it's a mental facility. Getting some help that she may need.
Well, I think that going to rehab and having a mental breakdown on Twitter is like the new off-Broadway play.
Oh.
You know, you're like, oh my God, I'm becoming irrelevant. Let's have a breakdown on Twitter, throw that up, and then people remember who I am.
Well, that is her career, being crazy.
Yeah.
So
nobody remembers what she
stunt?
used to do before she was crazy. She's like Gucci Man going to jail. She goes to rehab, starting to get redundant.
She's got to get her own show after this.
Oh, probably.
You think so? So this isn't the end of her career. This could be a reboot, maybe.
Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, I've been here for years.
Wow.
I like that. All right, Snoop Dogg is at war with Iggy Azalea.
Wow. I like
Random, and do you think he's gone too far? He called her a B, compared her to an albino, which was rude to the albino community and to Iggy. And compared her to white chicks, the movie, you know, real white chicks. Yeah, I mean, what do you think of that?
I think, you know, Snoop Dogg being disrespectful to women, I am just so shocked. I never saw that coming. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I just, you know, Iggy, I think, is taking it a little, it was light. It was a light little Instagram thing. It started with, I think it was an albino dude with cornrows. He was like, yo, this is Iggy Azalea.
Without makeup on.
Right. Yeah, and it was funny. I mean, it's a light jab. But then you see Iggy's been spazzing. The paparazzi followed her to go get some eggs not too long ago. She told the dude, I hope you catch Ebola. You know, she's pretty drastic. She goes 0 to 100. I mean, it's been a lot. It's been the little jabs thrown by Nicki Minaj.
So you don't think Snoop took it too far?
I think Snoop was just being Snoop, but I think when Snoop heard that Iggy was upset, that's when he turned up. It's like when somebody picks on you and they see that they get into you, they turn up on you even more. So.
I agree. I also think like when guys like probably you know, when guys like hit on you and you're like, no, thank you, and then they're like, well, you're ugly anyway.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those like, oh, she didn't want to hit that, and now she's, you know.
She kind of alluded to that because she said you're always trying to get pictures with me off Instagram.
Oh,
your bodyguards are always coming up to me.
Wow.
But on Instagram, you want to talk smack, if you will.
Crazy, huh? Oh, Snoop.
All right, well, other people talking smack. Martha Stewart and Gwyneth Paltrow, dueling domestic divas. What do you make of this beef? And
white on white crime.
Yeah,
I love it.
White, rich women on rich women crime. Oh,
but Martha's
so
in her
serious.
70s. Isn't she a little too old for some beef like this?
Martha was in jail. You forget, Martha is official.
Yeah.
She's certified.
She's official. She has
She
street
probably was
cred.
running that whole thing. You know what I mean? It was like her prison. She locked it down.
She definitely handled the kitchen. And if you watch Orange is the New Black, you know
she's
the
like
kitchen is the most important job.
Red, Okay, speaking of red and different colors, Amber Rose has a whole new look. What do you think of her new hairdo?
Was it the tic-tac-toe hair?
It's like little hearts, like cheetah hearts. I don't know. Look at this picture of her. She has these little red...
it's hard to see the hairstyle.
Are you looking at the hair?
Are you focusing on something else, maybe?
Yeah.
Which hairstyle are we talking
different
about?
situation.
She's looking at the curtains in the background.
That's what it is.
She's a very well-rounded individual, is all I'll
You can say that again.
Absolutely.
What do you think of the do?
No, I honestly didn't. That was not. I missed it. I entirely stared at the wrong.
Let's put it up one more time.
Let's see it like one more time.
Okay.
All right.
Now
Red
focus
polka
on the
dot
hair.
hearts
Okay.
in her hair.
Above the neck, people.
right.
Yeah.
What do you think? Could you rock that hairstyle?
Not me. Not me. It's, you know, she's getting divorced. You know what I mean? It's time to do something different.
So is this her way of dealing with the whole breakup?
Maybe Wiz, he dyed his hair purple.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they express themselves.
Okay. Yeah, I think also when you have short hair, it makes your other assets more, you know, so you see what pops. You're like, oh, I didn't notice that before, but now that your hair is short,
if you're back on the market, shouldn't you be trying to make yourself look as attractive as possible?
Well, if we look at this picture for a fourth time, we will see.
Why don't we both print it out?
That is the ultimate Tinder profile right there.
Do you need us to remove the blur for you?
You know what? I just want to be able to see the hair in the full context of the photo.
No, I think that's a good point. We can't really see how it fits
Before
in
you
with the
ask
whole
for a
outfit.
fifth photo,
let's move on.
We could, I mean, we could, you know.
Because Beyonce has a new hairstyle, but is it banging or is it a bad look? What do you think?
Well, I'm always going to say bangs.
There are bangs. Cool. She went retro on us. What do you think?
It's very Betty Page. Is that working for you or not?
I like it. I also think that Beyonce changing her hair right now is such a important, you know, America is like, we're all, oh my God, Ebola, ISIS, terrified. And they're like, oh, Beyonce has new bangs. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Everything's right in the world.
Yeah, you're like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah,
all right, well, speaking of Ebola, Chris Brown thinks Ebola is a form of population control.
Yeah.
Should Chris Brown be having this conversation? 1, should he be having it on Twitter? 2, and should he just shut up and sing?
Wow.
Well, I think he's kind of just jealous. He's like, I thought I was population control. You know what I mean? If somebody's going to be taking people out, I thought it was me.
Dang!
Wow, I like that.
Tell us how you really feel.
That was nice. I like that. Nice job. Good one.
Yeah, I mean, nobody really wants to hear what Chris Brown has to say about diseases.
No.
You know. I don't think he works at the CDC anymore. I know he was there.
No, he left that job when his new album came out.
Okay, so nobody really cares. You know, I'm not mad at the man having an opinion. I just feel like when it's Chris Brown having an opinion, it's Chris Brown. It's already on top of that. If anybody else said this looks a little screwy, it might just get blown under the rug. But it's Chris Brown having an opinion about Ebola. And these are 2 things that people are very afraid of at the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially, you know.
Okay, well, on to more serious topics. Kim K and Kanye's daughter, Northwest, just got her own personal stylist.
Dig it.
Does a toddler really need a stylist?
That's the easiest job ever. Easiest job ever. To style a top. All you gotta do is put clothes out.
No,
That's
they have
beautiful.
to match
They
the
match.
mother and father. You know, it's about coordination.
I feel
You
like
have to coordinate.
my mom made my clothes when I was a baby. Like, she sewed my own clothes. And I feel like toddlers everywhere are looking at, you know, this kid and being like, really, Mom? You couldn't have made a sex tape so I could have better clothes? You don't love me. You know what I mean? Toddlers everywhere.
Kid is stepping out, though. Look at the confidence.
What about
The kid
my
is
outfits?
cute, right?
Look at that.
Yeah, Kim
Kid
looks
is cute.
good.
Yeah.
I told Lola she
about
should
the
get a
little one.
stylist for her kid. You know, why not? Everyone else is doing
Not
it.
happening.
No?
My child will be in Carter's and Burt's Bees, and we're going to call it a day.
There you go.
Mommy needs a stylist.
There you go. Well, maybe your stylist can get you a new Birkin bag.
A new Birkin bag, but hopefully it doesn't smell like weed,
weed.
like some of these others. So apparently
Yeah.
there's a new batch of Birkin bags, and they smell like the sticky icky.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where were they coming from? Denver? Where was the bag? Where were the bags coming from?
Somewhere where it's legal.
Well, I think it's a part of like their new campaign, like be like a regular person. You know, you still have an expensive bag, look like a rich person, but you smell like you still live in your parents' basement.
Do you, I mean, is that such a bad thing? I mean,
right?
if you like cannabis and you have a bag.
If you're an enterprising weed dealer, you need to come up with a good Birkin bag Kush to
Yeah,
get on
it's
the
true.
market right now while it's hot.
Well,
I
at least
think
you
that's
get
the
2
look.
for 1 now.
Glaucoma.
There
You
you
know
go.
what I mean?
See, cure your glaucoma and look stylish doing it.
Don't have a bag that smells like weed and there's no weed in the bag. Now that's
Disappointing.
Come on. Absolutely.
For you. Yeah,
Absolutely.
understand.
And
Come
for
on.
$20,000, it better come with something.
At least an eighth.
20,000, it should be cocaine.
Before
You know
we
what I
go,
mean?
you guys got to tell us where we can catch more of your funny at. Where you guys doing?
Where you at?
Well, I'm going to be in the New York Comedy Festival that's coming up on November 6th. I'll be at
Okay.
Union Hall.
Fantastic.
That's
What
cool.
about you?
I'm going to be at the Stand this weekend, I think Sunday. Doing an event for the Rock. I'm doing an event at the Bell House in Brooklyn
Nice.
for, I don't know what they're
Something good.
benefiting.
Something
Something
good.
good, something
Okay.
benevolent.
Making the world better.
And we're working on season 5 of Geico. That's coming soon. So I'm excited about that.
We're there.
That should be
We can't
great.
wait.
Yeah. we'll get into
All
it.
right. Thank you both so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for having
And
me.
now we
Pleasure.
want to know what you think about all these headlines, so tweet us about them at Arise TV 360, and we'll be right back.